Nametan, Reyes del Bajo Mundo, Y era tiempo que viniera escupiendo rimas con luz verdadera. La oscuridad los tiene ciegos y con la mente enferma, cambiando lo programado y interrumpiendo toda la escena que viene siendo.
Tuning into the Hip Hop Advocate Show. My man J Figs.
De la music.
And the rock.
Yo, fellas, and tonight, ladies and gentlemen, we have a revolutionary, a truth seeker, a man who rises for and with the people, has given many up-and-coming artists the opportunity, including us, to rock the stage.
Word up.
You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Owen Credible and Calle,
Word up.
forming the legions of La Conecta.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Yo, beautiful, beautiful platform. You know what I'm saying? He's a host on multiple shows, an MC, a DJ.
He gets it in. He gets it in.
Political refugee, in my words. You know what I'm saying? Yo, the new age hip-hop, Che Guevara to me, you heard? Yo, we have none other than Cruz Khaos with us, baby. What's up, brother?
Yeah.
What's going on? Damn, bro, what an intro. I don't know if I can live up to that.
Yo, just scroll his IG, man. Yo, I'm telling you, everything I said is there, man. Yo, the proof is in the pudding, man.
Damn, bro. Well, I'm honored to be here, bro. I know I've been a fan of the whole Queens movement, the whole, La Conecta, the KTV era and all that, you know what I mean? So it's like I've grown up and I've learned from y'all movement. So I kind of I consider myself part of it, with the whole La Conecta and Cardona and the whole crew, you know what I mean? So again, I feel like I'm in a way part of this, and I'm really happy to be here, bro.
Oh, pleasure's ours. Happy,
Yeah, man.
Official, man. We're happy you finally came, bro.
Yeah, I mean, it's been a long time coming, but I've been watching the show, man. Y'all been doing your thing, and again, man, good interviews and all that. So again, hopefully people are tuning in because this is where it's at. You know what I mean?
That's what's up. Ooh. And my apologies for sending you to the taco place around the corner.
It's all good, man.
Oh, man.
I'm full now.
We come here almost 20 years and still don't know the fucking address.
That's true. Well, been a minute too. You know what I mean?
No, this motherfucker
He
gave you the wrong address.
You know what happened?
It's been a minute, but once I drove down the block, I'm like, oh, I remember that.
You know what happened? I was over here last Sunday for Cinco de Mayo. I went to the taco spot, and that was the last address I had in my Waze. And I was like, oh, this looks right. Yeah, it's 150.
It's close enough.
Yeah, but pleasure for you. Yo, I'm telling you, it's a pleasure for us, for you being here, just, you know what I mean, in your presence. I'm telling you, like the Che Guevara, baby.
Damn,
the Latin underground,
but yeah, dope, man.
The Reyes of underground, baby.
I kind of feel like, I play a part in a lot of different things, you know what I mean? And I've been lucky enough to have met and have collaborated with a bunch of dope people, not even on songs, because I don't even have that many collaborations, but just in general, like, the whole hip hop, the whole cultural part of it, like meeting people who are really into promoting hip hop as a tool to get ahead and all that, you know what I mean? And in all these different areas, and I kind of I live my life by that, so I've been able to do, like you said, a little bit of this, a little bit of that, and again, man, I consider myself lucky more than anything, to play a part in all these different things.
A hip hop lifer.
Yeah, you know what I mean. I grew up with the culture, and even before I left El Salvador, you know what I mean. When we used to breakdance there, that was the first how I first got into the culture, you know what I mean. And then I didn't even know there was a whole culture around it until I came here in '85, and that's when I pretty much learned more and more about the culture every year once I started going to school and all that. So
Cruz said he's gonna be breakdancing in front of the camera
in a minute.
Yeah.
Nah, I'm too old for that, man. My knees can't take
your knees,
that.
you got the bad knees.
Bro.
I say
Can't
at
do
a certain age, you get the Patrick Ewing. You get the Patrick Ewing knees.
Yeah, it's pop, right?
Yeah.
Cruz, so let's get it started, brother. Last time we saw you, we worked with you. You were doing a show in the city. Yeah. You put us as, you put us on. There was Nice to Future, a few other guys that I remember. We had a great time. We rocked out. Fantastic time. You had your boy, that was on the NPC doing the
Warlock 1, shout
Warlock.
outs to him.
Warlock.
He's fucking nasty, yo. That was ill. He's just
Just here not that long ago, he did a show out in Long Island with a whole bunch of other producers and stuff. So he's doing his thing, man. Shout outs to him, and he's the one that actually I've been working with. 2 out of the 3 beats that I brought are by Warlock 1.
Warlock?
So yeah, I'm working with him, man.
Warlock is
Shout outs to him, no doubt, bro.
dope beats.
And thank you again for putting us on that show. We had a lot of fun that night. Good memories. We met a lot of people, a lot of networking.
So again, that's kind of like, I've been lucky enough to be able to do things like that, you know what I mean, and open the door to like you meeting Warlock, for example, you know what I mean, who, like, if you go out west, he's collaborated with Matt has, he's produced for a lot of different people, and yeah, so again, I met him a long time ago, he's like family now, whatever, and so we're able to do things like that, and be able to make that circle even bigger, every time we do some shit like that. And again, to me, that's promoting the culture, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Cruz the Connector.
We had Reels.
Nickname.
Our boy Reels came and he was recording. So we got a little snippet of that.
Yo, my name is So Incredible, man. What's going on, y'all? Estamos en la casa. What's good? Y'all brought the hip-hop advocates with me tonight. We're about to rock a show for y'all. Something cool, yo. Crowd City in the building.
Crowd City, Queens. Oh, where the pros at? Where's Brooklyn?
Come on, Queens. I want to thank y'all for coming out. Yo, shout out to my man, Cruz Control.
Cruzarnos México y llegar hasta Texas. Si nos va bien empezamos limpiando mesas. Si nos va mal terminamos tras las rejas. Sola mira nos regresa.
Get a little bit closer so you can see what I'm doing here. That would be great. Yeah. Put your hands up if you feel this shit.
Yes, sir. I go by the name of Nice and Future, though. You know what I'm saying? Infamous Mob Deep and all that. You know what I mean? Rest in peace, Prodigy. You know, happy. I sit back and I reminisce. I'm a pro like the bars on the Genesis. And it'll never be another like them. H&I-C, don't be the Titan. I sit back and I reminisce. I'm a pro like the bars on the Genesis. And it'll never be another like them. H&I-C, don't be the Titan. He came in my life, what a blessing.
Without further ado, make some noise for the hip-hop advocates.
Come on, my people, let's go.
Let's ride.
Yeah.
Got something?
Yes, y'all.
Got something?
I think I got something.
Let's feel it.
Yo, and yo, my habitat takes at the Colombian jungle, so men being humble, we in the huddle, causing the fumbles, watching you tumble, make you sing uncle. If you a shovel, thinking I'm subtle, versus your mobile time in the puddle. Those out of pocket, let me know option. I'm going nowhere like this in the project elevators. And boy, you haters can't do me no favors. Something like David in your life. You're the world, the bottle's my accomplice. Welcome to 252 artists at its heartless. Doing the knocks in the harbors and Norman. I'm in my garments, calling the sergeant. More than often, there's more than my option. And they be plotting to put us in coffins. It's the calling. Yo.
This is real hip hop, y'all. We gon' hit it hard. And yo, lights, cameras, action.
What you asking is what we passing with a passion. You asking questions, I got the answers you need. Spin a school of hard knocks with a nigga
with a degree.
My philosophy is grow from the alliance. Working the track like an appliance. Keep the science how it pieces out from the anatomy. Casually working this shit like a factory. This ain't a race, son. This is take one. Take two, that ass gonna be big buns. You gotta shovel yourself and dig your grave up. I'm just saving the world from another fake one.
I give a big fucking shout out to my peoples, the hip hop advocates. Thank you for supporting us. Thank you for bringing us your hip hop.
You know, you hosted that night, and you have you have like a niche for hosting, bro. You know what to say. You know how to keep the crowd interested. You know how to keep them. There wasn't seats, but you had them standing.
Yeah.
You know, how did it start for you? How did that journey begin for you with music?
Again, yeah, it's all been related to hip hop. You know, when I first got into breakdancing, so that when I first came to the States, the very first week that I was here, one of my boys, who was a DJ, I didn't know he was a DJ. I went to his house and he had turntables in his living room.
Wow.
So then I kind of got introduced to that. Years later, me and him used to live share an apartment, so I had turntables in the living room, all day. So that's where I kind of learned to mix and stuff. I'm not a turntablist by any means, you know what I mean. But I can mix and I can rock a party, you know what I mean. I can do my thing. And then so I went from dancing, and then my boy used to DJ at the clubs. I used to dance, with my other boys or whatever. So yeah, that like that, just it progressed, and then I got with Dinamico. We met at a party. He used to breakdance too back in the days. They used to have parties at his house. So that's how we met. And then we just, started going to clubs, dancing, whatever. And then we all kind of like, I was rhyming on my own, and then he was rhyming with someone else. And then it just happened to be like, oh shit, we should just get together. And that's how we, I guess basically how it usually starts, a bunch of friends, just like, we were all into the learning more about the culture at the time, you know what I mean? Like, like KRS-One and, just following the whole culture, the Zulu Nation and all that. And we were all into the same shit, and that's how we became a clique.
Where in New York?
Far Rockaway. That's where it originally started. The first place where I came to live when I came to New York.
Queens.
Yeah, Far Rock. And then I moved just like a town over, which is Inwood. But once you move into Inwood, is Nassau County. So I was always in that area. It's like 5 minutes away from JFK. It's like right by the airport. So that's pretty much where I grew up, that area.
All right. So you said you arrived in 1985. It's kind of like the midst of hip hop being on the mainstream front, right? Like just Run DMCs and right.
It was like that was taking off. Yeah.
But before even coming over, you said you were breakdancing in El Salvador.
Yeah.
Who were influencing you out there?
I guess the early videos, very, very early videos. Like again, around that time, 84, 80, whatever.
Had the Wild Style movies.
Yeah, whatever small video, thing that was out there. Even the song, Rocket. I don't know. It was one of those. But it was all like, electronic and shit, so, and again, also the tapes, like some people would bring tapes from the States, where there was like
usually have that
club
at
music.
that time, usually happen like that.
There was that too. And then at the parties where we used to like, small kids battling, because I remember, I was like 12 and shit or whatever, So yeah, we were like battling like the next block or whatever, shit like that. So
a lot of elements of hip hop, bro.
That and it was just whatever, like I said, what we've seen on TV, what we were learning, but it was definitely like there was a little b-boy movement, and actually right now it's still mass strong in El Salvador.
Oh yeah.
That's amazing though, that even back in those days, like in the early 80s, that it was already, hip hop was already like touching other regions in a smaller scale. Now it's worldwide.
Right.
It's the biggest
If
genre.
you think about it, so New York being the mecca of hip hop, it started here. We had a lot of immigrants from Latin America, Caribbean. A lot of our older cousins were taking tapes and taking them to DR. That's when the whole funk, even in DR, with the whole hip hop out there, mixing merengue with hip hop.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You hear in the 80s, with Filo Vaga got a rap.
Yeah. This
Like
is
88,
true.
you know
It's
what I'm
true.
saying?
It's
So
true.
it was a fusion
Yeah.
of whatever was going on in our countries with hip hop.
Yeah. And but again, like when it comes to like mainstream, even at the time, like if you remember the movie Flashdance, that was one of the biggest movies at the time, and there were some like Crazy Legs was in it, like and we're talking like I don't even know what year that is, but it'd be interesting to
Look it up.
Look that up real quick.
We got
Yeah,
Reels.
'cause
Shout out to
that's
Reels.
like the, one of
Reels is
the
our
earliest-
Jamie. Reels is our Jamie. Like Joe Rogan. He's our
Joe
Jamie.
Rogan.
The Google search.
Yeah, throw it up on the screen real quick.
No, we can edit it in.
But yeah, man. So stuff like that, bro.
83. Wow, look at that.
Thanks, Jamie.
What month? What month?
So think about that. That's even like
That was my year. I want to know if I was born. What was on
But
my
you know what I'm
birthday?
saying? Like even then. So it was already pretty popping. Like you
Yeah.
know what I mean? So I, of course, again, I didn't know there was a whole culture behind it when I left. You know what I mean? But once I got here, and like Video Music Box was one of my biggest influences because I learned so much through them. You know what I mean? Like that was a direct access to the culture. You know.
And
what I mean?
look how the world goes. It connects because you and Ralph McDaniels. He's always at the Conecta, right?
Right.
Isn't that
Shout
crazy?
outs to
Crazy
Ralph,
about it, yeah.
you know, Uncle Ralph, word. You know?
Word.
I mean, shout outs to him. And I'm sure you have been influenced for that. I mean, everybody.
Of course,
Oh, yeah,
you
of
know?
course.
And to this day, he's still doing
Dun,
his
dun,
thing.
dun,
So
dun,
it's
dun, dun.
like-
I remember the
speaking-
intro song.
Figs, you brought up something really interesting. Speaking of La Conecta, before you got here, we were asking ourselves, how do you link up with Kanye and Oh Incredible? That's the burning question right now.
Boom. So check this out. Yo, I don't even remember. He'll tell you what year it was, but it was a couple of decades ago. That we were. There was some type of showcase up in the Bronx, man, and it was. I didn't know it was it. Whatever. There was. I guess an open mic type shit. You know what I mean? But it was like, it was supposed to be hip hop and Latino. At least that was my understanding. You know what I mean? And when I got there, they were nothing but like reggaeton artists, Again, I don't have anything against reggaeton artists. I don't whatever they did their
Kanye
thing.
used to hate them, right?
Guy was like, "This is
Well,
not reggaeton.
Well, here's the thing. Yeah. Well,
Fuck that
But
reggaeton shit." That's
I'll
what
tell
that was his words.
I'll tell you a theory of mine after if I can remember. But so getting back to that, so I went there, and actually Calle and I were the only ones who did two hip hop, like actual rap songs, and everybody else did reggaeton. And that's how me and him were like, "Yo, what's good, dog?" Like,
Wow,
That's fire.
yeah, bro. And that's how we first met, and then,
When do you meet what do we call O?
Oh, incredible.
Beloved.
Oh man, shout outs to all too, man. That's my brother right there, bro. My bad, I haven't connected with him in a minute, but whatever. Soon we will, though. No question, brother.
Definitely, man.
That's our mentor. That's our mentor.
Yeah.
Bro. So I guess that's just because he was G's producer, Carzona's producer, and then when I started going to the studio with them, that's when I met the whole clique.
Gab Gotcha, all those
Right.
guys.
Yep. Everybody.
Yeah.
And yeah, man. And again, I've been able to play a part in different ways. Sometimes even like doing the sound at La Conecta, making sure that the mics sound okay. Like it doesn't, to me, it's playing a part in a bigger, in a bigger thing, and
You saw the bigger picture.
culturally, like I think that, we were able to do a lot for a lot of different artists, man, open a platform,
Definitely.
and again, playing a part in that is like, to me, that's what's important. You know what I mean?
And not even just in New York, because I've been to La Conecta in Boston.
Right.
And you guys ventured off and went outside of Miami. When was that? Like at that time, was that happening? What was the discussion like? Yo, we gotta venture out. We gotta take over other lands.
Because the thing is, we know that there's a need for that, for that type of.
Yeah, there's a
movement,
market.
You know what I mean, there's a need for that. Like, people, young kids like it. Older folks that pay attention like it. You know what I mean? So I just think that there's, we see that there's a market. The thing is, once you're there, it's kind of hard to like maintain because you're from far away. You might be able to do an event one night. You know what I mean? And but it's not like you can be consistent. So it's kind of tough, especially when you're trying to spread. It was like the whole East Coast for a minute, like you said.
Right.
It was Boston, It was DC,
DC.
New York, obviously DC, and then sometimes Jersey, and then like Florida, and then a couple of times there were stuff outside of like DC, like Maryland, and like so like the movement was there, man. It's just again, it
You know what I like? It was like you guys were building a community because I drove to Boston with Kanye and Maniac. Shout out to Maniac.
Oh shit!
Yeah,
Maniac,
and I think you were there. I believe. I don't think you were there though at that time. That particular instance. But you guys had a community, and it was like, yo, guys, you're not gonna drive back to New York. Come chill. Y'all can stay over in my crib. And we sleeping in some random guy's house, and we recorded. Yeah. And it was crazy.
Y'all heard some wild stories.
It was wild. We can't talk about it. We can't say them, but off camera.
Yeah, no.
Same thing with the DMV.
Yep. Boston and DC was popping for a minute. There were a bunch of events. People would come out. Mad artists would come out. And it was dope. Again, it was connecting those two movements, because, again, we had folks from D.C. and from Boston coming perform in New York. And
vice versa,
there was definitely a good movement happening, you know what I mean? I kind of feel I was going to tell you the kind of like the theory that I have. I mean, at least in my case that, when it came to like hip-hop Latino, right? I'm talking about en español, like, spitting like, real lyrics, spitting about life, spitting about like real stuff, right? What we call real, you know what I mean? Spitting like conscious stuff like that, even revolutionary shit, if you want to call it that. Like that, that's the type of shit that was brewing with La Conecta and that whole movement. But then actually, when we used to go to festivals, what they wanted was reggaeton. You know what I mean? So to me, it kind of like it stunted the movement. You know what I mean? But again, it is what it is, man. And now the young kids they're taking a different approach because they're not biased against reggaeton. The younger kids, they'll do hip hop, they'll do boom bap, and then they'll do reggaeton, and they'll do some R&B shit, kind of like some Drake shit. I don't want to speak on that.
Oh shit.
But like that's out there, like So now these kids, they're. In a way, at first I was like, oh man, everybody's trying to be this, trying to be that, and then I'm like, you know what? All these kids are being mad versatile, So like it starts to grow on you. It starts to, make its own path and shit.
Starts growing on you like fungus, but
it's good in a way. You want that, you want that diversity. You want to be able to be diverse.
There's room for everything, music. Even if we don't. Some of us might not like it.
Yeah, there's room for everything. Sometimes it may not be good for you. There's room for cake after dinner, but is that good for you? Right?
Word. And so, what was your first taste of hosting? Like, when's the first time you ever hosted like an event, a show? Because that's something that you've grown into, and I mean, obviously you've grown into it, but I feel like Dela said, it's something that you do very well. Like, just how to control a crowd and entertain the crowd and keep everybody engaged. I told you, and I think I told you this shit before a while back. No, I was probably drunk, but I speak the truth always. And when I'm drunk, I just speak it even more. But I know I've told you this before, that I was just impressed just the way, just the way you carried yourself and held it down, throughout.
And that's not the only time you said it a few times.
I'm sure, because I always said that shit about. I've always said it about you.
I kind of feel like the whole MCing, like the whole, learning to, MC, and which to me is either, move the crowd, motivate the crowd, all that. To me, it's part of it. So if you're on stage, you want to talk to people and want to connect with them, and it's basically the same way that I write rhymes.
But
the same way.
When would be the first time that ever happened? You can remember, at least one of your earliest times that you can remember.
Damn, at a hooky party.
That's possibly.
It's like girls on the left, guys on the right. We're gonna meet in the middle and mix it up.
You on to something right there, bro. I like that.
You got me with that question, bro. I don't remember the first time that I actually got up and said, I'm gonna host a party. I think honestly, it might have happened out of necessity. You know what I mean? Like, someone needed an MC, and I said, I'll do it or some shit. It was never like, like
You didn't plan it.
Yeah. It was definitely
happened.
unplanned, and then I just started. Once I did it once, it was like, I just kept doing it, and I guess again, like even like getting on stage to perform, man. I always get nervous or whatever, but once you're on stage and you're warmed up, you can give 100%, and people can tell, So again, it's all about connecting, and it's all about the same thing,
You picture everybody naked?
Nah, I don't even have to do that. See, I don't even have to do that.
I see your nipples.
Well, when you're on stage, you rarely see the crowd because of the lights.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, I don't know. It depends.
I
I tried,
Yeah.
and again, it depends what I'm doing. You know what I mean? If I'm hosting, then I guess I try to speak in general, and then it depends if I need to connect more. I'll say something about someone. You know what I mean? But I guess kind of like when you're emceeing, you're also you're performing to everybody, but then there's certain parts when someone you might be vibing with, whatever.
Right.
It's kind of like that, I guess, But again, I don't, you got me with that question. I don't remember the.
We'll
first
put a pin
time
on
that-
it. Maybe you remember.
I mean, would you say you were always comfortable with it?
Nah, again, I think most things that I've done, I push myself to do things that are out of my comfort zone all the time. You know what I mean? Like, yeah.
And
So-
probably the influencers too. Like you said, KRS-One. You're watching him and working the crowd. He's
Right. Oh yeah. No. I mean, do I have? Yeah, of course. That. I'm
We're
saying
about to get
MCing
into
is what
influence.
influence.
What do you think?
Like he has the first time that I performed, but whatever. But as far as influences, yeah. I mean, the way real MCs can control a crowd. That's the.
What do you think,
the
Dale?
influencer.
I think he kind of kicked the door
Yeah.
right there. Kicked in the door.
You're talking about the influences, inspirations, and every time we got somebody on this platform, we ask them the same question. Fellas, is it time?
I think so.
Yo, it's time for the top 5.
Yeah.
Greatest of all time. Check it out, y'all. Giving y'all the best.
As we go a little something like this.
I mean, definitely KRS-One. You know what I mean? Like that's number one.
The teacher.
The teacher, without a doubt.
What's KRS stand for?
Damn, this
not
is-
the train supreme over Neil.
Ding, 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 ding.
Word.
G-Rap, full G-Rap, and fucking Big Daddy Kane, as far as like old school, like that's top 3.
Mount
I mean,
Rushmore.
I'm talking old, because to me that's old school. You know what I mean? Those cats like that. You didn't hear of them until past like the like late 90s or whatever. Unless you went to like you were hip hop and you went to a hip hop party or something like that. But,
Big Daddy can't be dropping freestyles every week.
Oh no! I'm not saying that
On
they've
Instagram.
gone away. I'm
Showing
just
it
saying
off.
like as far as being popular.
Oh,
and mainstream of the culture. I'm saying.
Yeah.
But then, like for now, bro, for the more
I know Drake is
like-
in there. Nah.
hilarious.
Yo, we're talking about diversity,
Hilarious.
right? Ain't nobody more diverse than Drake.
Nah, I'm more like Black Thought.
Ooh, Black Thought.
Who's someone from let's say from the land hip hop culture that
Okay.
it inspires you?
Yeah.
Or like one big one that's really like you say like really influenced your artist form.
You got the hard-hitting questions.
For real, now you got me thinking. Immortal Technique.
I knew he was gonna say that.
Right.
Oh,
and,
shit.
and again,
Immortal
there's
Technique.
as far as Latin America, there's mad MCs that are as dope as Immortal Technique, but the fact that he can do it in Spanish as well as he can do it in English,
Yeah.
and what he speaks about is the things that I like. One of my as far as the old school folks, I couldn't say. So that's my top 5, right? You said the Latin. That would be my top 5.
That's Cruz's top 5.
Yeah, word.
Greatest of all time. Check it out, y'all. Giving y'all the best.
As we go a little something like this.
Yo,
So just to touch on like the Latin America scene, right? There's a chick that I found. I ran into on TikTok. That's dope. She's from, I think, from Argentina. Her name is, I don't even know how to pronounce it. She. It's like TZI and then space SHI. Yo, this chick is ill. Like with all she does videos where she just freestyles for fucking, like an hour. And she does it, and she's just going off the top, and she's singing, rapping, like she's doing all kinds of shit, but everything is just off the top, and it's fucking crazy. Like it's ill the way she does it.
Que soy sincera con lo que pienso cuando camino en silencio. Sé que algún segundo del día recuerdo que seguro vos no vas a volver. Espero que sí, creo que no queda en mí. Intuyo que lo que nace de mi ego es tuyo. Lo que me decías era chamullo. Sé la verdad. Yo tengo paz por donde va carga mental. Intuyo que lo que nace de mi ego es tuyo. Lo que me decías era chamullo. Sé la verdad. Yo tengo paz en su ser. Siempre tendrá mi corazón una sensación en su ser.
Just telling you about how the new kids, they're diverse as fuck. Like they'll do versatile. I mean, like they'll do reggaeton, they'll do some singing shit, they'll do everything. It doesn't matter to them because they grew up with that type of vibe. When reggaeton was popping, I mean, and so was hip hop. Even if it was Drake and that type of
speaking
the more
of
commercial
Drake,
stuff.
E hit you with a couple of questions. What do you think? We should hit him with some more questions.
You got quizzical with it?
It's quizzical.
Let's do it.
Let's do it. Yo, I think it's time for that hip hop roulette, man. We're gonna spin you on that roulette, yo. Nigga, he already started. Shit. All right, so basically, it's a little trivia, a few questions. Test your hip hop knowledge, and I know your mind it goes in depth, and shit, I don't know. I'm kind of scared.
When I'm smoked out. Nah, go ahead.
You are. Let me take advantage of that before it wears off. Yo, and this is hip hop roulette.
Word. Spin that.
Yo, speaking of versatility, and one of your, I think you said he was number 7, Drake, on your top 5.
Nice try.
Yo.
Nice try.
Being that Drake, got murdered by K-Dot.
Nah.
Who is another living rapper you can name from Toronto?
All right, so first I'm gonna shout out my boy Juancho Inc. He's from Toronto and he's dope. He's Salvadorian and stuff. So check him out, follow him. He's a dope tattoo artist and he's a dope MC. So shout out to Juancho Art, Juancho Inc.
He was thinking about.
No.
But that qualifies.
It does. That's what you think? Nah. He wasn't thinking about Nah.
Well, we'll check him out.
From
though.
Toronto. Hold on. I know a few.
I know. There's one that. You hearing he had dreads too.
From Toronto. Fuck, bro.
You stumped him, huh?
Yeah. I can't think.
I'll
of
give you one.
right
Cardinal
now.
Official.
Yeah, Cardinal Official. Word. Yeah,
Wasn't he more like a reggae artist?
No, he was.
It was a hip. I mean, yeah.
It was a combination. It was when that was popping off too with the reggae and the hip hop together. Like, it was dope. There was a crew of 3 MCs. One of them was a white kid. He still raps nowadays. Has a bunch of tattoos
Snow?
on his face. Nah,
Nah, fucking with you.
No.
But he's from Toronto.
No.
You
Yeah,
could have said
he is.
Snow.
You're right. I could have said damn. That one I remember. So there was a Moreno, a brother with dreadlocks, and then I don't know what the other one was, but it was 3 of them, and it was a dope crew, man. I'm trying to remember their name. But anyway, Isn't Mercules from Toronto?
Mercury?
Mercules. You never heard of
Mercules.
Mercules?
Damn.
I think he's from
Sounds
he
familiar.
might be from Toronto.
We'll check him out, man.
Yeah. He's a battle rapper, I think.
All right.
Yeah.
All right, let's go number 2, man. Let's take it
Yeah.
to New York.
Yeah.
So, rapper Vado is a protege of which Harlem legend? Mace, McGruff, Cameron, or Big L?
Well, say that again.
Ooh, that's tough.
New York rapper Vado is a protege of which Harlem legend? Mace, McGruff, Cameron, Big L.
I'm gonna say Mace.
And Cameron.
Damn,
close.
that was a 50-50. I thought, damn.
All right.
All right.
I'm glad I caught you when you were still smoked out. Number 3. Which artist made a song named Cop Killer?
Ice-T.
Damn, I ain't got it.
Nice. That was quick.
Yeah, that was mad quick. Cool. All right, let's go to your mans. Felipe Andres Coronel, better known as Immortal Technique, was born in which country?
Peru.
Ooh. Go. All right. Now this is the last.
That's funny that question was in there.
I know.
You
Yeah.
kind of knew, right?
I know. So this one right now, I don't know if you're gonna know, but we're gonna give it to ya. Like cocaine from Bolivia, yo. History states that this was the first Latino hip hop artist during its formative years, and he was part of a group named the Cold Crush Brothers.
No multiple choice.
Would you like a multiple choice?
Yeah, that would be nice. right
That'll
now,
ease
that
the
would
brain.
be nice. Yeah.
That'll ease the thoughts.
Actually, I think it's just one of a few of those artists are performing for Video Music Box. This
Cold
weekend.
Crush, right? Cold Crush
Yeah.
Brothers, yeah. All right.
That would be dope to go see.
Definitely. We got MC Juanito. B. DJ Scratch and Sniff.
Yo.
That was a crazy. I think Spanish Fly was around that time, right?
Scratch and Sniff.
DJ Charlie Chase. Or D, none of the above.
That was Charlie Chase.
See, that's why I'm gonna do multiple choice, because he knew that.
He's wanted confirmation.
Yeah. It's just
Good shit. Three.
So,
out of
Fix, what
five.
was he? What was his score?
You got a 65 on that.
Damn.
Barely.
All right,
Story of my
bring out
life,
the
bro.
Rolex. He's won the Rolex.
That's how I graduated too, bro. With a 65.
Scantron says 65, yo.
Word. Bring out the bling bling. No man, don't
We
run.
gotta award him, yo. We gotta
Fix,
award
that was
him.
great. That was great, bro.
Yeah, he did great.
It's all right,
Was
man.
that
I mean, but
60?
again, notice how I was able to answer most of the old school shit.
Yeah.
Like the whole Vado, like I kind of like know the name and shit, but I just took a chance with.
Yeah. No, I had to keep it versatile, right?
Yeah. No, that's dope though, man.
Fellas, we got a lot more in store for you, brother.
Definitely.
But right now we're gonna have to leave it for part 2.
Ooh, part dos.
Yeah, part 2, because I'm looking at the time and it's looking like the midpoint.
Yeah.
So we'll be back next week
Yeah.
with more stuff. We got our man Cruz over here.
Word.
We're having too much fun.
Like,
Come on, bro.
subscribe, and follow us on social media.
Word.
Remember the scratch and sniff, you heard?
Reyes del Bajo Mundo. Smooth cut. Y era tiempo que viniera, escupiendo rimas con luz verdadera. La oscuridad los tiene ciegos y con la mente enferma, cambiando lo programado y interrumpiendo toda la escena que viene siendo actuada por malos personajes que en realidad dan tristeza por sus mensajes. Ignorantes fácilmente se deslizan de su